Don't touch that dial now. We're just getting started.
So, all right. Glad you're here. Glad you're stopping by. This is going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of shit going on here. As you guys know, over the weekend, if you're on X or if you're on YouTube in general, you may have seen something like this. This is actually from GameRanks. This is PlayStation job listing reveals they're planning to go multi-platform to Xbox and Nintendo too. Which cogs has already been turning on that. We've seen like Lego Horizons, and no matter how many fanboys say that it was just a Lego game and it doesn't count, I'm sorry, PlayStation owns both the IP as well as Guerrilla Studios, so PlayStation did have that, and it was PlayStation that helped publish this along with Lego, so there's no cope and seethe on that. It's not like anybody's going to play that game in the first place. But you also had things like MLB, and now you have Helldivers coming over. And on the Xbox side, everything's going over for the most part. Some stuff has not been announced, and some things is probably going to be announced pretty damn soon with Gamescom. I'm thinking Halo Combat Evolved, maybe E-Day, that's one thing. And it's all good. To me, I look at that, I'm like, okay, cool. More people going to play these games. That's going to be more eyes. That's going to be more money heading to those studios, so maybe they can make more money to make another sequel, which is good. Sometimes bad. Doesn't really guarantee that the studio is going to stay around, no matter how successful they are. If you've been paying attention to the last few years, there's been all kinds of shit that's going on in the gaming industry. Rather it be the woke versus anti-woke or the live service debacle, loot boxes, you name it. It's been a shit show for very, very, very long time. Not even the fact that we're releasing games constantly that's been broken, bad ports, and we have this mentality of let it out now and fix it later. It's not been very good for the gaming industry. It's been actually pretty bad. And some people, they like to just blame it on one company. They don't want to look at what's going on the outside. They just kind of want to agree within an echo chamber that my brand is a good brand and that's all that matters. So what's going on? What's going on? I already said this. It's going to be the GamerRanks thing here. PlayStation job listing reveals they're planning to go multi-platform to Xbox and Nintendo too. Let's see, what do we discover? So Sony has a new job listing. Job opening for multi-platform and account management is shared on the Gaming Links and Rumors subreddit by Alfred's Child. Sony declares the intention to publish games on Xbox and Nintendo as well as Steam, Epic Games, Game Stores, and mobile. What does that mean? Well, we already know the Games as a Service initiatives are already going to push games over to these platforms because, let's face it, you're going to want a lot of people on these games. It doesn't really specify in this actual listing that it's just going to be games as a service. We've already seen legacy IPs like from PlayStation, Papaton, and Hot Shots going over to the Nintendo Switch or whatever. But that's happening. You had a Horizon going to the Nintendo Switch. Am I saying that the whole slate, no red lines, is happening? I'm not saying that because I don't know. I'm not the one making that decision. And anybody else is trying to say this, they don't know either. No matter what side they are. They don't know if they're going to, and they don't know if they are not going to. We just don't know. So anybody that says anything different until it comes out of Corpo's mouth, which, by the way, they lie. They quite do. You guys remember just 4 games? Well, PlayStation's experiencing their just 4 games moment now, which is pretty funny to watch because you can see a lot of hypocritical takes going on, which some people is deciding after they've seen this job post to actually leave PlayStation altogether, which begs to differ. Why? Do you not like PlayStation? Let's continue to look at this here. Alright, so how dedicated is Sony to multi-platform? The new employee will also have these responsibilities. Oversee the out-of-year mid-range commercial strategy for PlayStation Studios titles across all non-PlayStation platforms, driving long-term revenue growth and audience reach. Let's face it, again, video games have become way too damn expensive. Especially these tentpole or games as a service games that they're going to cost tons of money to operate. You have these insanely big budgets because they want those crisp graphics and all this shit. They have to have that top talent, those awesome celebrities and all this shit to come in and help make this game. Video games are costing more than Hollywood movies at this point. I believe, what was it, GTA 6 is going to be cost. Somebody said $1 billion. I don't know about that. I could be wrong. Maybe. That'd be amazing, sort of. Well, no, it's not amazing at all because I didn't ask GTA to cost $1 billion. It's getting bad. video games are costing a lot of money. There's a lot of games that don't make that money. And what happens to those developers, those publishers, those studios? They get canned. And even if you make a great game, you're not guaranteed to be able to keep a job. Take a look at Microsoft right now. They got rid of Tango Studios, which I loved. Hi-Fi Rush. I loved Ghostwire and Evil Within. They're gone. I think Tencent or what's the other fucking China one? One of them owns it now, and it sucks, but hopefully we get to see those games back in action. Even PlayStation, they had to lay off some people. Everybody's been doing layoffs because the gaming industry, like it or not, is on fire, and it doesn't matter how many consoles you sell, because yeah, you can have a console market that's healthy, but take a look what's being played on most of these consoles. It's all free-to-play titles, games as a service. Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone, what else? PUBG. Do they still play PUBG? Roblox, Minecraft, shit like that. Just gotta have to face it, like whenever you have a big tentpole title like Astrovac come out that wins the game of the year and it's only able to sell maybe 2 million copies for a 80 million user install base, that kind of said something. And you know, a lot of these guys will say that Xbox people don't buy Xbox games. Well, you guys just don't buy PlayStation games. You guys just play free-to-play games, just like everybody else. Which is really sad. It's really sad to see, honestly. But let's keep on looking here. Partner with marketing, product, and global publishing teams to develop and execute cohesive launch plans and lifecycle strategies for multi-platform titles. Lead platform relationships across PC and console ecosystems. And right here, Steam, Epic, Xbox, and Nintendo, ensuring strong collaboration, promotional effectiveness, and performance optimization. This listing also says they are ready to have 2 employees dedicated to Xbox and PC. There's a senior manager for platform sales and a manager of platform planning and performance. This is happening. The gaming industry is changing. I know fanboys, they only make up maybe a fraction of a percentile of the gamers that's out there, but they happen to be the loudest because they just make a loudest stupid noise. It's modern day mental illness, pretty much. It's just people that they wanted to try to find something to latch themselves to, so they latch themselves to a brand. And I think it's very dangerous to do that, especially if you're a content creator, because once that brand fails, once that grip is over, what happens to you? It fucking sucks. So let's continue. How did Sony get here? Sony has made a business of making games exclusive to PlayStation. Again, yes. There for a long time, exclusives were great for a system. If you're building a brand, which PlayStation, believe it or not, it was built off mainly third-party support. Same for Xbox. Xbox had its exclusives, PlayStation had their exclusives, but if you take a look at PlayStation, you see, hey, they've last generation PlayStation 4. They had a lot of great first-party titles, and this generation alone, we haven't seen that. We've only seen a handful compared to what we've seen last generation, and most of it's just, well, remasters and PC ports. Let's continue. Sony's made their business of making games exclusive to PlayStation. That includes both the titles their own studios make and broader range of third parties, which they do that, which I disagree with that entirely. Maybe, I mean, even though most of them ends up being timed exclusives, I still think that's kind of sucky. In 2020, Sony published Horizon Zero Dawn on Steam, and I think that's where the floodgates opened. This started Sony's slow movement into publishing for more of their games on the PC. It also started a month before Microsoft announced they would be acquiring ZeniMax Media. Then ABK happened. Sony also started allowing licensing PlayStation exclusive games to be released on multiple platforms. Recently, Bandai Namco, which they're working with other studios, which is pretty cool, announced Pac-Man 1 and 2 Replay and Everybody's Got Hot Shots, both releasing this year. But it's possible this has already started in 2018 when Bandai Namco released Lumines Remastered and Katamari Damacy Reload. So this is basically been a slow thing. It's a slow burn. Microsoft, it seems like it's all of a sudden, as soon as that ABK deal happened, you started seeing the floodgates completely open. A long time ago, I cared about exclusivity, but for the last 10 years, I really didn't care. Some people say that exclusives are pro-consumer, and I have to ask why. One, I understand building a brand or building a console brand to have people come over to a specific place to play these games, but my question is, well, what's the value of these games when you're not dealing with the box? So do you only like PlayStation games because they're on the console, or do you like PlayStation games on their own? How I see it, if PlayStation games made their stuff everywhere, and I see the PlayStation logo, I'm like, yeah, obviously I'm going to play it. I love PlayStation games. I love Naughty Dog and all this shit. Not so much anymore. But PlayStation, I take a look at that branding, I'm like, okay, this can survive outside of just the box. The same way I look at Xbox. Now I know, look at Nintendo, nobody brings them up. Nintendo does their own thing, and I'm not sticking up for Nintendo, but maybe one day this will change. Maybe with the problems they've been having with Nintendo Switch, they will change. I mean, they already started pushing things out to mobile, which I never thought I'd fucking see. But Nintendo was a totally different beast. This is like Disney compared to like Paramount and anywhere else. Disney has their own fucking shit, their own legacy, and they kind of stand out from all of it. When you buy a Nintendo system, you're there just for Nintendo games. When you play PlayStation games, yes, you can say they're for PlayStation games, but like I said, now I can play those games on PC, which I have a PS5 Pro, and I play them on there. There's still room to have these consoles, but the way they're going to have to compete with hardware-wise, it's going to be really, really different, and I'm actually excited to see this. Rather, Xbox doing the OEM route, getting somebody like Asus, Razer, Lenovo, or their own in-house team to make these consoles, or PlayStation doing a dedicated, or if they decided to go the same route, my big thing is I just want the fucking games to come out. But let's kind of keep on continue here. Let's see what else they got. So, was democracy the final straw? But then Sony did the unthinkable. They announced how the opportunity was coming to the Xbox Series X and S next month after Microsoft slowly revealed their AAA exclusive were coming to PlayStation. Gamers thought it was over for Xbox's platform. Sony seems to be signaling that they're a smaller place as well. Even if PlayStation has more consoles out there and more users, there's still a pool of 40 million, whatever, 30, 40 million people on Xbox that can play their games. That's a lot. Even if a fraction of those people bought those games. I know Xbox guys don't buy games, which they should just change it. Some Xbox guys doesn't buy games, because I'm proof that, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, you always had the PlayStation guys say, well, Xbox has shitty games, but they're paying, you know, 2 million some copies sold of Forza Horizon 5. Every time an Xbox game gets announced, you have these people jumping for joy like they busted a nut or something like that because Phil Spencer or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I think a PlayStation looked at it and say, hey, our competitor released games on our system. Microsoft or Xbox, they release on our system and they're the top games of our system right now, outselling our first party. Well, why wouldn't we want that? I know you're going to have some purists that's going to say like garbage, like, well, it's going to hurt the brand, it's going to destroy the brand. That's fine. You could think that. I don't care what you think. That's fine. I'm not saying this just as a Xbox guy, and as much as you're going to say PC refugee, which, boy, I have receipts for that. I could show you, but you don't want to have that conversation. You know, like I said, for a long time, exclusives, maybe, yes, that was a big push, and still kind of is, to build the brand. But when somebody says it's consumer friendly, I beg to differ. How is it consumer friendly to only have a game locked to a certain system? I have to spend $600, $700, $800 for that system just to play that game. It could be good, could be bad. And I say, a series of these people saying just support the devs. And you look at Mind's Eye that just come out, or numerous games that's come out these last few years that are broken messes. Because, let's face it, these companies, they don't respect you. They don't care about you. They don't like you. The only thing they want to do is stick their hand up your ass to grab your wallet. You try to figure out how that works, because it is. I think it's crazy. I mean, I kind of seen it. Like, I've seen this happening for a while. Like, once PlayStation started putting games on PC, I kind of felt like that's just where everybody's going. Eventually, we're just going to have ecosystems. And right now, you see a lot of people, they're not going to leave PlayStation just because they decided to port their games to Xbox. And Xbox guys, for the most part, they're probably not going to move to PlayStation just because Xbox games are over there. And PC guys, they just don't give a fuck. They'll just take it all. I don't care. I don't really care where you play your games, because when I take a look at the games, I love video games. I want games to succeed. I want games to be able to be in front of as many people as humanly possible. I want the gaming industry to succeed. I'm not rooting for one specific brand. I'm not rooting... I don't want there to be a fucking divide and act like it's a less than stellar, awesome... what's that fucking stage play? What's the stage play? Oh my god, it's a fucking... I can't think what the... It'll come to me later. Anyways, fuck it. The two gangs are fighting and they're singing and they're like, no, I like that girl. No, I like that girl. Fuck you, I'm gonna kill you, bitch. No, I'm gonna kill you. They don't say that. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is it? Is it Road Warriors? Is it the Warriors? It's Road Warriors. No, they don't sing in that. The Warriors. What is the gang musical? Gang musicals. Hang on. West Side Story! That one! I'm retarded. I never said I wasn't. It's funny though, you can scroll through here ever since the announcement. There's a lot of coping, lots of seething, lots of fucking bullshit. Lots of fucking bullshit. A lot of people are just angry and pissed off that this is actually happening, and some people just don't want to move on to what's happening next. It just makes me wonder if they love video games in the first place. Like I said, there was some people who decided they don't want to even buy a PlayStation anymore, or sell their PlayStation. It's like, are you not a gamer? What are PlayStation games without the hardware? Do you not like PlayStation, or do you just like to have list wars? If you love PlayStation, you're going to love their studios. You're going to support their games, right? You want them to make more games. I know some people say quality over quantity, and that's fine. There's been sure has been cases where quality has been coming to question, but this is happening everywhere, by the way. I think it's a slippery slope to go into that argument because there are a lot of holes into it. But anyways, let's watch the DreamcastGuy for a moment. So let's see what he has to say. And I'm sorry I'm all over the place with this. This is just me getting off work. So I planned on doing a stream for this.
Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today we're talking about that post that has very much pissed off the entire internet, which is the fact that...
What the fuck is wrong with your video, bro?
Last night, PlayStation said something very, very strange. PlayStation officially said that...
Am I watching this in 30 frames per second, or is this sub 24? What the hell is going on here?
Future of PlayStation isn't necessarily just playing games on your PS5, your PS6. It's actually about more than that. They said we're building a dedicated team to take the very best PlayStation experiences and put them into other places. Places like the Nintendo Switch 2, like PC, and to Xbox. They officially...
That had to fucking kill him, by the way, because he's had 100 fucking videos in the last 10 years about Xbox being dead, which really cracks me up, because I'm going to tell you this. Like, I don't like console wars. I think it's fucking stupid. But watching these people fucking freak out, and I like to soak the flames of this shit. I like to start fire. I just do. I like to start fire. So I'll go on a PlayStation side, but like, Xboxer. Or I'll go on the Xbox side, but PlayStation. Oh, and I get just flames just starting because I like chaos. Chaos is really fucking fun, by the way.
Said we're going to be focusing more on putting PlayStation games on Xbox. And a lot of people are kind of trying to figure out what this actually means. Is this retro stuff? Is this live service?
It just means that PlayStation is full third party. That is what it means. They've evolved straight to full third party. We're not going to change the definition. We're not going to goalpost move. Third party is third party. As soon as you've seen PlayStation Studios on the Xbox, that's how you knew, boys.
Stuff. Is this going to be every single game. Is Spider-Man going? There's God of War going to Xbox. And I have to admit that this is an incredibly surprising thing. As a person that not only covers gaming, but has specifically covered PlayStation now for decades, it's...
No, and Alex even said this, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. You sip for PlayStation, but most of your videos is pretty much just whacking off to Xbox being dead. Most of these fanboys, that's all they do. They don't talk about their own platform. They just talk about Xbox or Nintendo being bad or dead or whatever. They never talk about anything else. And as soon as one of these people, the fanboy, steps out of line, I'm talking about Porter Rock here, because I actually had a tweet a while back with Porter Rock. See if I can find this. He actually posted how these people are turning on him. And that's true. That is true. That is true. Very, very true. If I can find this, it was definitely really, really funny actually. Let's see if we can find that. It's dude, I make so many fucking tweets. Here we go. So Porter Rock right now, he's mostly a PlayStation channel for the most part. He's finding out in real time. He had this fucker, Dark Lord Alu. I don't give a fuck. He calls out the X Vault, the thumb, to come save the day. Come keep Porter Rock in bay. Even say it right here. It's like, X Vault, here's another receipt. I hate to do this to him, but it is what it is. And I'm saying right here, like, he made a post here, post-ups. It's crazy. No one was overreacting when it came to Xbox job descriptions that ponies were finding as proof that Xbox are going for third party. To them, it was inevitable. Now those same people who claimed it was inevitable are telling you that we are overreacting on the PlayStation side. Bro, they had no problem agreeing with me when I talked about Tim Stewart, but now they apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like, buddy, welcome to reality. As soon as you say something that's not approved, fanboy talk boy, they will turn on you. That's what they do. That's what cults do. That's a cult. That's a cult. That's what cults do. You step out of line, they try to manhandle you. They try to take you down. Kind of like the left. Remember cancel culture? Yeah, that was fucking fun. That was fun. Let's keep on continuing.
It's wild to watch because historically, Sony has had this tactic called the walled garden approach, which is that usually what they like to do is PlayStation is very, very defensive historically about their exclusives. They're like, okay, do you want our stories? Do you want our world? Well, you got to come to our playground to play it, right? That's how they've always...
And that's how it's been done for many, many years. And just like every industry on the planet, things evolve. Whether you like it or not, there's always got to be some kind of evolution, because it doesn't matter if you buy the console or support the devs. A little money is never enough. They want all the money. All the fucking money. You got to remember, you're a number, you have a wallet, they want what's in that wallet. And your mom. Probably.
In fact, this is well known. A lot of PlayStation employees, PlayStation executives and stuff specifically were told not even to name their competitors when they're on camera. That's why when you see interviews with like Shuhei Yoshida and stuff, it always like, we're not concerned about our rivals, or we're not really concerned about market conditions. They would always phrase it, instead of saying, we've got better games than Xbox, they're straight up saying now, like, hey.
And like I said, back in the day, I used to be fine with this. Like watching the Xbox 360 days, or the original Xbox PS2, shit like that. And even during the Xbox One at the beginning, when Microsoft fucked everything up, that's when they basically just, their Xbox brand kind of took a dive. But it was always fun back in the day, watching E3 and all this stuff, because there was competition. But competition is still happening, whether you like it or not, but the competition is not exactly the way you expect it to be. It's not exactly how many console sells. It's how much money you can get out of you, how many people they can put a controller or mouse and keyboard in their hands or a fucking phone, and more eyes, more ad revenue, more microtransactions, more expansion passes, more skins, whatever. That's what they want. The gaming industry has become way too big now for just closed ecosystems. But the ecosystem still can exist. You can still have a PlayStation ecosystem. You have the Xbox, the Nintendo, PC, you can still have that shit. You don't have to leave it. Most of us have our digital libraries all over the fucking place. And that's great, because that's how I am. I have digital libraries fucking everywhere. I don't buy physical games anymore. I just buy digital games. This is what I do.
Xbox is an important part of the market. The Nintendo Switch 2 is an important part of the market, and here is how we're going to reach out to them in the future. Let's take a look at this statement, and I want to take a look at a lot of the reactions, because the internet for the last 12 hours, ever since this job listing got posted, has been debating if this is a good thing, a bad thing, or honestly the end of PlayStation.
And it's not. And by the way, I wish you would have that same energy, because every time Xbox does it, it's Xbox is dead, but we're not seeing it. And I'm going to label this. I'm going to label this video. It's PlayStation is dead. That's what I'm going to do. The thumbnail is going to be PlayStation is dead. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fucking do it. So if you made it this far, I'm doing this as a troll. But some retard's going to look at that and be like, no. This is the way it is.
Let's talk. I hope you're having a great day, and if you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, this is part of why I'm sort of shocked about this. So even yesterday, I did a video that essentially Xbox admitted that the only people buying Xbox games at this point are people on PlayStation.
They literally didn't say that, by the way. He likes to paraphrase and make shit up. Just is what it is. He just takes whatever he deems the truth being the truth. Yes, you guys seen the layoff shit. You seen the studios. Somehow he blamed, Virtual Studios layoffs as Microsoft's fault, when Virtual Studios doesn't belong to Microsoft. It is what it is.
Selling Xbox Game of the Year is actually Forza on PS5.
Which still says a whole fucking lot. Because there's a lot of fucking fanboys who was saying, Xbox don't have no games, they don't have good games, we don't like their shit. The same retards on the Xbox guys was being like, we want Spider-Man! Spider-Man gay, I don't want that shit. That's basically what it is. They like to say things that they don't actually fucking mean, because they'll go back and do the same thing that they say they're not going to do. And I'm one of those guys that fucking does that same fucking thing, so fuck me.
Incredibly weird to think about, but right now there is an entire parade of stuff getting ready to come out. There's talks that Halo is actually prepped and ready to go on PlayStation. Flight Simulator, Xbox Flight Simulator is coming to PlayStation apparently this year. Incredibly weird.
Xbox is dead though. They're completely dead. Everything's dead about Xbox. They're all dead. They died. They're dead. But yet, here we are.
Think about, but a lot of people are saying, okay, gaming has changed because budgets are bigger, graphics are more expensive. Just across the board, gaming has changed in a way where it's harder to have that walled garden approach.
Where was the same energy? Where was the same energy when Microsoft or whoever does this? I did not see you ever saying this until now. PlayStation does it, so we move the goalposts and we're like, oh, PlayStation does this because of market conditions. And you see a lot of fucking retarded people all the time on X, whatever, they're trying to make this correlation. Well, it only makes sense because PlayStation's doing it. At the end of the day, the PlayStation doesn't care about its users for the most part. They just want the money, or they wouldn't be doing this. These people think that PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo cares about them, and they're going to bend to the will of them. They're going to bend on some things, like how Microsoft just took down the $80 price tags for the games. Yeah, that was a good thing. They shouldn't have done it in the first place. The $70 is just too expensive at this point. But let's continue.
You have to kind of play nice, because even if you're only getting 5-10% more sales, it's worth it to reach out to people. But here's the thing. Part of the reason I'm surprised about this is that PlayStation has sort of publicly been talking about how they're working on next gen. PlayStation is very much full steam ahead on PlayStation 6. They've actually even said publicly they really
yes, just like Xbox said they was going to make their own console. They even had a video when they did it. Don't care if it's OEM. I don't know. I don't care. They're coming out with the Xbox branded Ace Attorney ROG Ally, which they're working with Asus to develop. But yeah, this is not an Xbox, even though it's technically is what it is. It's a PC Xbox console hybrid, and they actually announced that they are going to have next generation hardware, but it will be Xbox, but we don't know what's happening. Let's just face it, both of these companies are already talking about next gen, which is kind of crazy because the current gen has pushed nothing, has done nothing really for the whole industry, but being a waste of fucking time. Everything's getting canceled. Everything is coming out that's subpar. We're just getting more remasters of the same games we played 10 years ago. For some reason, we're talking about next gen, and nothing is coming out. Stuff is coming, but yeah, it fucking sucks, dude. This whole generation's been shit, laughable to me. I use both of these consoles, and there has been some bangers that's come out, but nothing compared to what we're used to having. I'm still waiting for more stuff to come out. So, I don't know, man.
Statement saying our full goal right now, our entire focus is basically prepping things for the PlayStation 6, which apparently is coming out roughly around 2027, 2028. But it sounds like Xbox is doing the same. They're currently trying to get ready for some sort of next-gen console wars. But what if what they do is instead, okay, we've got our games, you've got your games, but every year stuff jumps platforms. Say 2027, let's say 2027, a big batch of PlayStation 6 games come out. Maybe late 2028, we see all...
I mean, it's already happening now. Like, it's a slow release. Not everything's gone over yet. Just like PlayStation to Xbox, or Xbox to PlayStation, or PlayStation to Nintendo, not everything's going over. This is going to be this is going to take a while for things to populate. I don't know when it's going to happen, and I'm not going to say it is happening for sure, because I kind of feel like it's dangerous for somebody to say it is for sure happening. It might be a whole lot different than we're thinking. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm not going to say it's definitely happening, but from the looks of it, imaging, like when you take a look at the optics of this kind of looks exactly like that. You can cope and see and try to change what it means, but we don't know. You're just guessing at this point, and anybody that's leaking shit, I would take them with a complete grain of salt. Even if they're your best fucking friend, take it with a grain of salt.
Those games start going to next-gen Xbox and vice versa, right? I still feel like even then, I feel like this job listing conveys more than that. A lot of people are trying to say it's probably just live service games, because we know for a fact there is a lot of live service games already.
And they've pushed a lot of that shit back, man. They canceled a whole lot of that shit because nobody wants to play these games. And you still have Marathon that basically got delayed indefinitely. You have Fair games coming out. No one wants to play this shit. You're going to have to really make something special anymore. You have more people on these consoles who are playing Fortnite, Roblox, or Call of Duty, or some sports game than any of these tentpole titles that you guys keep on creaming your pants over. I don't know how much Ghost of Yotai is going to sell. I bought it. I already pre-ordered it. I'm excited for it. But I don't think it's not going to sell what you think it's going to sell. Let's just face it. Again, the games are way too expensive. I don't know what the budget is for Ghost of Yotai. I don't know if it's going to make its money back. Maybe when it goes to PC, or if they put it over to Xbox or Switch 2. I don't know. I don't think this game is going to be as big as Ghost of Tsushima, though. I really don't think so. That's just me. I could be eating my words right now. If I'm wrong, put me in a video and call me a fucking retard. That's fine. But I don't know. I really don't know.
A PlayStation Studios game. This right here, Marathon, is a PlayStation Studios game. This is the official Xbox store. So there is already some PlayStation Studios first-party stuff on Xbox, but the listing to me, it makes it sound like it's more than that. According to a job listing at Sony, their goal is to expand PlayStation Studio titles across Steam, Xbox, and Nintendo. And a lot of people are going, okay, what does this actually mean? You will play a critical role in this job to shape and execute the global commercial.
And I do think this is possibly leading that direction. rather it be releasing things as timed exclusives, then moving stuff over, moving over legacy titles. This isn't just an experiment, by the way. Whatever happened is happening here. It's happening for a reason. And it's not the reason you think, probably. I think the strategy here is make as much money and have as many people in front of these games as humanly possible. That's just me. That's just me. And I just have to question. It's like, okay, if PlayStation decides to go multi-platform and you jump ship for PlayStation, did you even care about PlayStation to begin with, or did you just care about exclusivity? Because that just makes me wonder, did you like PlayStation at all, or do you even like fucking video games? I see this a win for consumers that want to play video games on whatever they want. I think options are great. And that's one thing a lot of these fanboys, they hate the term options. They want there to just be one option. They don't like the term options. It's like garlic to them. They don't like that shit. It's like spraying a, fucking Mad Dog in somebody's eyes. You guys remember Mad Dog, the fucking hot sauce? I got that in my eye once. It was terrible. Don't say options in front of a fanboy. They will fucking spurg out. It'll be funny, though.
Strategy for PlayStation Studios across all digital platforms, meaning PlayStation hardware, including Steam, Epic Games, Nintendo, Xbox, and mobile. Now, a lot of people are trying to sort of figure out what this means. This is Nib. I'm a big fan of Nib.
And here's the thing, I like Nib. I like Nib. I do not dislike Nib. I do not dislike Nib. I don't dislike anybody, really. I don't even dislike Xful. I just like making fun of him. I don't dislike him at all. Like, I talk to some people they say are the nastiest, most vile fanboys out there. But I like people. I like people. I like interacting with people. I'd rather have a friend at the end of the day that understands where each other's coming from than some kind of fucking enemy. But I like it, Nib. Some things I don't agree with. I think he's smart. I think he's a smart guy. I can poke fun of him from time to time, but I like Nib. I understand, like it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, if you're taking this shit even a speck of being serious, then there's something wrong with you. This is not serious. It's not that deep. It's gaming. It's nothing else. This is not Crips and Bloods bullshit. This is just video games. It's a hobby that I fucking love, and I don't need that shit.
On Twitter, a lot of people like to hate on this guy. He talks a lot about basically loving PlayStation. I feel like I don't really count this as a fanboy account personally. Maybe there's some tweets I haven't seen, but he always just seems like he very much just loves PlayStation. It doesn't feel like he's trying to defend PlayStation.
I think it's a mix of both. I think he can come off a little bit show a little bit more emotion when it comes to supporting PlayStation. But for the most part, like anytime I've had any type of interactions with Nib, it's always been pretty good. He's never said anything stupid to me, and I've never said anything stupid to him. I'd rather have an intelligent conversation, and it's how I look at things. If you're having, like, and this is nothing against you, Nib, by the way, if you even watch this, I don't think there's really an intelligible conversation to have in fanboyism. I understand, like, video game industry, yes, that's fine. I think that's a lot of stuff he does do. He does talk about it, but it is, like, more leaning towards PlayStation fanboyish. But again, there's a lot of Xbox people like Holdyswood, Kaz, and all these other guys. They do the same shit. It is what it is. It is what it is.
And maybe there's some like goofiness I haven't seen, but he says it like this. A job listing at Sony seeks the role of trying to expand things to Steam, Epic, Xbox, and Nintendo. There's no mention of this being limited to live service games. It does imply a staggered, not fully multi-platform day-and-date release like Xbox. Oversee the out-of-year mid-range commercial strategy for PlayStation Studios and non-PlayStation platforms. So to me, this does kind of make sense. I have to admit it's still wild to even consider this, but to me, I think what PlayStation is trying to do, games are just getting so expensive. Let's throw out a hypothetical. There's talks that next year we're getting some sort of new Spider-Man game called Venom. There's going to be a new Insomniac Spider-Man game. Apparently it's already done. Apparently Tony Todd recorded a bunch of lines for it before he passed away. Rest in peace. Huge Tony Todd fan. I want to play this.
Oh shit. I don't know what it is, but everything he said just now is what I've been saying for a long time. And it makes me want to shit my pants so bad. So bad. Just hearing that. Because he's literally saying the same thing that I've said. Games are becoming way too expensive. Let's continue.
Venom game, and we haven't even seen it yet. I'm super excited about it. There's actually leaks and stuff about it, but let's just say hypothetically. Okay, Venom game comes out 2026. It's fantastic. Everything's great. And then everybody's loving it. It sells, I don't know, 7 million units, right? I think that's a good guess for what it's probably...
I think he's going to use the Trojan horse argument.
We're going to sell? Okay, sell 7 million units. And then they go, okay, we made back $300 million of the $300 million budget. We've broken even. Now let's put it on Steam. Okay, there's an extra 70 million. Okay, let's put it on Xbox. Even if they only make a couple million,
I know it's coming. It's coming. I know it's coming. I didn't watch most of this. I think it's as far as I've got.
Wonder if they're just doing that napkin math and saying, okay, that's more profitability. And
Reforge and the Xbox guys had the same type of argument. I think it was the Xbox saying Trojan horse argument. You're supposed to get people to come, play these Xbox games on PlayStation. You're like, I'm going to move over to the Xbox. And now the PlayStation guys are adopting that same argument. We are in the just for games era of PlayStation.
I guess what their strategy is something I feel like Xbox has toyed with but been less successful with, which is, okay, here's our platform, here's our exclusives, now you want to come play with us, right?
I knew you fucking do it! I knew you would do it! I knew it! You're doing the thing!
It seems like what Xbox's original idea was is, okay, if we give you some of these games, if you play the Gears of War Remake Collection, that's coming out here at the end of August, right? Okay, you're going to want that. Now, whenever Gears of War E-Day gets a release date on Xbox only, you're going to actually be tempted. Okay, do I want an Xbox? Do I want to upgrade my PC so I can play that on PC Game Pass?
I swear to God he is! It's happening.
That seems like what Xbox's goal has been, but it hasn't really been successful. So I guess my thought is, will PlayStation be able to do it when Xbox couldn't? Will they really be able to go, okay, here's an awesome Spider-Man game, here's an awesome God of War game, here's an awesome, I don't know, Crash Bandicoot remake, something, right? I guess that's not an exclusive anymore. But my point is that I wonder if this is still an attempt to try and coax the last Xbox gamers over to PlayStation, right?
What the? I told you he was doing it! I told you! I fucking told you! I fucking told you it was going to fucking happen! He was going to do that! He's using the same fucking same argument! Same argument. That's the same fucking argument.
That does sort of seem to be the effort here. Now, some people are doing these super long threads trying to explain where it's not actually exclusives, that it's technically just...
God, God! You gotta be kidding me! That's what he fucking did! It's not the Trojan horse! It is not! It's not the Trojan horse thing. It's not that. No, it's not. Quit. Quit coping. Quit it.
Certain games, but one of the things they talk about here is it does make it seem like we could get some stuff. The reason this still seems crazy to me is because I grew up during the 80s and 90s console wars.
Then you would know how stupid exclusivity was then. Back then, we didn't really have jobs for the most part. We was young. I'm almost 40 years old, and I thought it was stupid then. It would have been cool to play, I don't know, Toe Jam and Earl, or whatever Sega exclusive it is, Sonic over on Super Nintendo, or Mario on Sega. That would have been fucking cool, but back then we had our civil rivalries in middle school, when we were out in the schoolyard fighting, my Nintendo is better than your Sega, or whatever. What the fuck? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not the 80s, it's not the 90s, and it's not the early 2000s anymore. The fact is, video games have become way, way too expensive. They just have been. It's been way too expensive as of late. There's a lot of failures. There's a lot of people losing their jobs. There's no Trojan horse strategy. At this point, these publishers, these corporations want as many people in front of their games as humanly possible. They want to sell you broken products. They want to sell you microtransactions. They want those skins, your expansions. They want you in front of their game 24/7, 365 days a year. That's what they want. Sony's pivot to live services by turning all their IPs into live services was aiming just for that. But you're not going to take from Fortnite, Call of Duty, Roblox. You're not going to take from that. You're not even going to try to take from Nintendo, because Nintendo, again, I don't even consider them in the conversation when people talk about console wars, because it's just not what it is anymore. The industry is changing. If you're a fanboy of PlayStation or Xbox, that's fine. Enjoy your product. But my question is, without the consoles, do you still love PlayStation? Do you still love Xbox? Do you love PlayStation Studios and what they represent? Do you like Xbox Studios and what they represent? Or do you just care about the box and list wars? To me, I want these companies to be able to succeed. I don't want more people losing their jobs. I don't want to see more $300, $400 million development costs. I don't want to see that shit, man. And if they are, like, these risks are way too fucking high. It's just way too high right now to do that. And if you excuse me, I'm about to shit my pants because I feel violated. I feel like DreamcastGuy has proved again that he's a fraud. So excuse me.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Take that shit! Come on ass now! Get out of here, Dad! Come on now! Oh yeah, get out of here now! Big old nugget! Come out of here! Oh my God! Oh the pain! Oh the pain! Oh, he talks so much shit! So much shit! Oh God! Oh God! Oh! Oh yeah! Oh! Xbox is dead!
PlayStation's dead! It's all dead! It's all dead! It's all dead! It's dead, so dead! The console wars, it's over! It's so bad! This did not turn out the way I expected it to, by the way. I had this idea, this great idea, which has turned into a fucking mess. I thought, hey, I'm gonna do this thing and pretend I shit on my pants. Now it looks like I shot myself in the face. That's what it feels like. I shot myself in the face. It looks pretty bad. I did this for a video. I'm a grown-ass man. They just poured chocolate and strawberry syrup all over my head. Because I was pretending it was poop. Now it's in my fucking eye. Guys, to be serious. Just be serious here. It doesn't really matter. The industry is changing. It's changing. For me, I think it's changing for the good. Maybe this is really getting my fucking eye. I think it's changing for the good. That's just me. I think it's going to be great. Maybe not. Maybe not to you. Maybe you want to be a traditional console warrior, a pony or Xbot or Nintendork or whatever, PC gamer. This really hurts. But it is what it is. The industry is changing. The industry is changing. I got diabetes and this is going to be bad. All right. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'll see you guys soon.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a stupid cunt, suck my dick.